Racism is a terrible evil that plagues American society and is deeply embedded in every aspect of our nation's history and everyday life. The member communions of the National Council of the Churches of Christ in the USA are committed to ending racism. Our nation cannot live out its ideals until this takes place. As long ago as 1872, at the Council of Constantinople, the Pan-Orthodox Council of Bishops condemned racism with these words: "We censure, condemn, and declare contrary to the teachings of the gospel and the sacred canons of the Holy Fathers, the doctrine of philautism, or the difference of races and national diversity in the bosom of the Church of Christ." We remember with a grateful heart the courageous witness more than a half-century ago of Archbishop Yakovos, then a vice president of the National Council of Churches, when he marched in Selma, Alabama alongside Dr. King. For this action, he received threatening phone calls and denunciations, but he said, "We are there," quote, "to show our willingness to continue this fight against prejudice, bias, and persecution. In this God-given cause, I feel sure that I have the full and understanding support of our Greek Orthodox faithful of America. For our Greek Orthodox Church and our people fully understand from our heritage and our tradition such sacrificial involvements. Our church has never hesitated to fight when it felt it must for the rights of mankind, and many of our churchmen have been in the forefront of these battles time and time again," unquote. Some might ask the question, why now? Why is something like this necessary today? One only needs to read the headlines to know that racism and racist violence have not gone away. The terrible incidents that took place in Ferguson, Charleston, and Charlottesville show us that the work Dr. King gave his life for is not yet done. Years ago, a friend of mine and a partner in our coalition adopted 2 African American sons. He recently told me how devastating it was when someone asked him if he had had the talk with his boys. He realized that as a white man, he had never considered how his African American children might be treated differently than he would be by the police at a traffic stop. As a father, he came to know personally what he had known as a person of faith. We are all made less human when we are not treated equally. Last year, in the wake of racist incidents in Charlottesville, the Assembly of Canonical Orthodox Bishops in America stated that the Orthodox Church emphatically declares that it does not promote, protect, or sanction participation in such reprehensible acts of hatred, racism, and discrimination, and proclaims that such beliefs and behaviors have no place in any community based on respect for the law and faith in a loving God. I am personally grateful for the leadership of Archbishop Demetrius and the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese as the ecumenical community rededicates itself to the task of ending racism in our nation. While we have made much progress in recent decades, the recent growth in white supremacy and white nationalism makes it apparent that we must again seek, as followers of Christ, to eradicate racism.